this is Manga etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for One Piece episode 696, and the whole of this episode is on level 4, which is good I guess, but the first half of the episode is really focused on Rebecca versus Diamante, if you can call it that. First off, we get a nice view of the sunflower fields while we listen to the sword clashes of Diamante and Rebecca. We then later find out when they decide to show us that it's just basically Diamante's attacking Rebecca and she's just blocking the attacks left, right and center, I guess. And while this is going on, Diamante's coming with a lot of trash talk to Rebecca, saying how I was using you in the Colosseum I thought you was a gladiator, and so forth and so forth. And then like this talk, it gets Rebecca mad, especially when Diamante starts to talk about her mum. It gets her mad, but she comes to the realization that she knows that she can't beat Diamante. The best thing for her to do is run, because she's really focused on just getting this key back to Luffy and the others. So she decides to run, and yeah, she runs basically. And then yeah, Diamante is just chasing after her, still coming with this smack talk about all this trash talk basically, and Diamante manages to floor her, and then again he's still just coming with more trash talk. I remember at this bit in particular, he's like, no, I'm not gonna kill you with a sword, I'm gonna kill you with a gun, because that's how I killed your mum. And I think he does mention that, how yeah, this is the same gun that I used to kill your mum. Just basically coming with a lot of trash talk, and at this point Rebecca's getting scared and she wants Kiros to come and save her, and he hops in right here and he just comes in and he saves her basically. And yeah, that's it for Diamante versus Rebecca. Moving on in the chapter, we also have Diamante versus Kiros, but this happens more in the second half. So before I go into that, I just want to mention the whole thing, everything that happened with Luffy and Law basically in this episode. So we have Luffy and Law, they're running up the stairs to level 4 and they've reached level 4, and there was a nice suspense scene just after when Rebecca threw Luffy the key, and it was a nice scene, but it was also unnecessary. The suspense was unnecessary, where we have the toy soldier that was chasing after Luffy and Law, it bites them, and there's just this suspense is there to make us think, oh no, what happened to them? But I sincerely doubt anybody thought something happened to them. And you just have Law, he gets free and he uses room to, just to break the toy up, and then that's it, they're good to go. So yeah, they're on heading towards Don Flamingo, so they do that basically, and as they try to do that, Diamante tries to attack them, but this is when Kiros, he hops into the fray and he just says, Diamante, you're fighting me, and he also says to Luffy and Law, like, I'm leaving Don Flamingo up to you, can you take care of it? And they're like, yeah, we'll take care of it, and they basically go off. Law uses room to just transport them into the palace, and that's the last you see of them. So just going back on to Kiros versus Diamante, as I said before, Kiros saves, he hops in just before Diamante is about to finish Rebecca, giving Diamante a nice slice, I must add. But yeah, they have the little things, and we get from Kiros, he says to Rebecca, I know while I was the toy soldier, I trained you up to fight so you can protect yourself, but now that I'm back in my human form, you no longer need to fight, leave all the fighting up to me. He's basically saying these things to Rebecca. And so that's when he decides to fight Diamante. So they have their little a few sword swings here and there, but it was nothing much of a fight for this episode. So hopefully, maybe next episode we'll get a bit more from their fight. I don't know, but yeah, it was just a couple of couple of sword swings there. Nothing too impressive as of yet. And I think that's the episode. That's definitely all the most important bits. And yeah, that's the episode. Other things that happened in this episode that I noticed was how Diamante just pulling a lot of funny facials this episode, and like just a lot of these funny facials is when he's talking to Rebecca really. And another one I mentioned, I realized, sorry, was when Luffy and Law got away, he like his angry face. These things were a bit funny to me, and like helped the humor of the episode, I guess. But in general, like I do believe that, average episode of One Piece. What's good about this episode now is that we have Luffy and Law are now in Luffy and Law are now in the palace, so which is good. We're really close to Don Flamingo now, and we have Rebecca and Kiros dealing with things on level 4, so all these things are good. I just remembered one thing that happened at the end of the episode. We see Sugar as she's walking through the palace, and she's heading towards Luffy and Law, obviously, to use her powers on them to turn them into toys. So, I don't know what's going to happen next episode. We'll see. Maybe she succeeds, maybe she doesn't. But yeah, that is the episode. I've said everything that I wanted to say, including likes and all that. All I haven't said is my rating, and for those of you who are loyal fans, you probably could guess my rating. It's going to be a 3-star, nice, simple, average episode of One Piece, really. Nothing special. So yeah, it will be a 3-star. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.